Greetings out there in YouTube land. I thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Morris Man. I'm going to do a video because this is pretty interesting. I don't think there in no time ever you're going to get 100% of people on board. There's always going to be a handful that have a totally opposing opinion, and that's fine. To each his own. I respect your opinion. I did a video, this had to be last year, and 100% of the people said this. I said, when it comes to high action or low action, which would you prefer? 100% of the people said, I don't want my shit high. I want it low as it can go before it start busting. I only had one guy, and I wouldn't put him in the category of he's the other side, because what he told me made sense. He said, I play laptop steel guitar, and the action has to be high on that in order to play it properly. Okay, I understand that, and that makes sense, But you're always going to find one guy that has a totally different opinion of everybody else. And again, that's fine. To each his own, and everybody has their opinion, and I respect that. But I felt I'll read this because it's just kind of interesting, because there's always going to be one guy. Because I personally know people that they're on board with you, but they're going to go with the opposite because they want that attention. They want to be the only one on this side that's opposing this, where 99.9% of the people on the other side, they like that attention. And it's the kind of attention they wouldn't get if they was on board with the other people that make it 100%, But now, obviously, when I posted that video, I told you guys my preference. I want it as low as you can go before it start buzzing, because when it's high, it hurts your hands to press down, and I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. When I press back up, I got guitar string marks across my hand because I had to use that much pressure to get the strings down, and then people throw this at you, you get a different or a thicker tone. Think about this. The people that he mentioned in this thing, and I'm about to read it, 100% of those guys, he's only heard them playing in a professional setting. And of course, you got professional engineers, professional producers. They're going to give you that fat tone, even if your strings are almost dragging on the fretboard. So you can't use that because these are professional recordings with professional players. And another thing that people need to consider, these guys who are superstars, Peter Frampton, Eric Clapton, they don't work on their own guitars. They don't pull out that little hex wrench to start adjusting their neck. They got professional guitar technicians that do that. The only thing they do is play it. Most of the time they don't even show up at the gig with the guitar. The roadies got it, and the guitar techs to make sure it's in tune. So when you walk up on that stage and they hand it to you, you're ready to go. So apparently this guy didn't take that in consideration and don't know nothing about that. Again, the only time he's heard these guys in professional recordings, not them sitting in their backyard playing their guitar or sitting in the house with their shoes off and they playing, no professional compression, no professional effects, no professional EQing, so it's like, you can't really say that or use that because, again, when you hear them, they're in a professional setting. They're not just sitting on YouTube with their guitar and playing. It's going to sound totally different. So that tone can be acquired regardless of the action of your guitar, really. So it goes like this. No professionals like high action? How about Eric Johnson, Marty Friedman, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then this guy, can't pronounce his name, but you guys heard of him. His first name is YNGWIE. Last name is MALMSTEEN. And I read a lot about him, heard a lot about him because he's real fast. He's a shredder. And his neck is unique because I think it's called scallop neck, where it's not flat across the board. It's like just scoop thing up, I'm like, I don't know how you play that, but I've never played one, so I don't really know. But, he mentioned those guys. Just to name a few, are they knobs? Or BS? I don't even know what that means. Maybe I'm not in the hip crowd anymore. High action results in the fullest tone. Like I just told you guys, when you are in a professional recording, you're going to get the tone they want to get you. Whether your strings are high or they low, Again, he's never heard these guys sitting in their backyard or in their house with their shoes off playing. You know, he's heard them on professional recordings, not somebody's cousin's basement recording studio. State-of-the-art professional recording studios with professional engineers and mixers, you know. And then he said, I, for instance, like low to medium action for metal and shredding. Then he gives the millimeters and all that stuff. It's pretty darn low for a lot of people, actually, but for the low action crowd, which you might be a part of, have you been paying attention to the video you watched and now you leaving a comment? That's the first thing I said. I like it low as it can go before it start buzzing, you know. You might be part of, it's already too high. I have a lighter touch. It doesn't take any strength to do a legato or shred. If the fretwork is excellent, you don't need to press down like a maniac. If it's high, you do. You know, what is this about if the neck is, what's that again? If the fretwork, okay, if the fretwork is excellent. I've never really played guitars with jacked up fretwork. I mean, in order for your guitar to start, the fret starts to rise up, you done really mistreated that guitar, meaning that you stick it anywhere without a case, you know. You don't give it enough moisture. It's drying up and it's pushing, the wood, I guess, is contracting and it's pushing the metal out. That means you're taking really bad care of your guitar. As many guitars I've ever played and owned, I've never had that problem. Because the people that I've run across who got guitars and play too, they take care of their guitars. All their guitars are in cases or gig bags or somewhere where the humidity is not going to wreak havoc on the neck. You know? That's the argument. I seriously don't understand why. And this is funny. I seriously don't understand why. Oh, would you move out of the way? So I can read this statement. I seriously don't understand why a guitar with super low action is so desirable. I guess you don't. I mean, I don't want my hands hurting. Like I told you guys, I don't like pressing down on them strings. So I don't get that. I guess he's never played one, maybe. Maybe he's never played one. It doesn't sound full. Here we go with that again. It's like, again, when you're in a professional studio, you're going to get the sound they want you to get, you know. There's a lot of fret buzzing. See, now he's talking about it's too low. Because like I said, as low as it can go before it starts buzzing. As low as it can go before it starts buzzing. So apparently he hasn't played one that's really low but not buzzing. There's a lot of fret buzz. There's a lot of fret buzz. The string tension is lower, so it feels like you're playing a wet noodle. Okay. I don't know how a wet noodle plays, so I wouldn't know. A lot of famous shredders play super fast with super high action, such as, and he keep mentioning this guy, you know, Malmsteen, whatever. It's funny because I'm like, have you actually ever played his guitar? Have you ever been invited over to his house and he gave you a guitar and said, go shred away, buddy? The actions kind of have a shred away. You know, he's going on assumption, you know. He even said in an interview and showed that they were pretty far away from the frets. Well, that's him, you know. I've never played a guitar or bought a guitar based on another man. Well, Nile Rodgers played this, so I'm going to play it. Because I would get people that, you know, when I'm doing Nile Rodgers stuff, you sound good, but Nile play it like this. Do I look like Niles to you? Do you look like Niles to you? Only Niles looks like Niles to him. And that's why Niles is Niles. That's why Morris Man is Morris Man. There's some people, they 30, 40 years old and still don't get it. You should play like that dude, just like the guy on the record. 40-some years old and you still ain't got that? You ain't woke up from your adolescent days? You haven't gotten older and wiser? You 40, 50 years old and still talking this 16, 20-year-old nonsense? This is for people that are like 20 years old that have not ventured out that far yet into playing. Okay. I'm done here. That was it. I just thought I would mention this. I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. No two people play the same. Even the guy on the record, when he plays live, don't play exactly like himself on the record most of the time. You know, so it's like, maybe you need another 40 more years of growing. By then you be dead, you know? So until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.